Are you a good boy? Yes, you're such a good boy. I love you. Hi, Big D, Donna. Big D and Donna's in the his house, and Sosa's in the his house. How are you guys? What a day! What a day! What a day! Did you guys have a great day? Hopefully, let me fix this. Let me see if I can fix it. Did you guys have a good day? My hair got all screwed up because I came home and it was raining, and I took Sosie for a WALK. Hi, how are you? It's the weekend. Woot woot. And my son went to his dad's to hang out. So, I'm excited. I got the place to myself. Yeah, today was I think I told you guys last night, it was Employee Appreciation Day. And I didn't get to go home early today. I had to go up to the other property because, hi, baby. Hi, handsome. Because I have a vacancy. But, it turned out okay because I set up an interview for Monday. I got a hold of a gal, and she's going to come in Monday and bring me the necessary documents so I can try to get her approved. So it turned out okay, and I got a bunch of other stuff done too. So I'm pretty excited about that. It was worth working the extra 4 hours. Little thunderstorm happening. Yeah. You went to the eye doctor. You have a floater? Is that what, a black thing that floats around? Sometimes I see like a squiggly snake looking thing. Do you have that? Oh, thank you, Polly. Thank you. I feel like a wreck, but thank you. And the other thing that was good about today is I got the one gal moved in at this property. So that's all good. She's got the keys. She signed the lease. I had a recertification appointment today, got that done. And I went up to the other property, and guess what? My maintenance guy got to get off at 1 o'clock, so he wasn't there. I made sure I didn't get up there till about 1:30, and he was gone. What do you want, Bubba's? What do you want? So I feel very accomplished today, even though I was kind of, a little butthurt about not getting to leave early. Because they could have let me, What? You just want some attention, huh? Babe, I don't have any bones for you. I'm sorry, love. What? What do you want? What do you want? So, what? You're not getting anything. No. You just had a treat. And you just coughed it out. What's wrong? Did it go down the wrong pipe? Did it go down the wrong pipe? Now I gotta clean that up. Today was a good day. I get that one. So you do in a waffle. Oh, I get those things all the time. I hate it. So really, what, you were just laying on the bed, fine, quiet, taking a nap, and what do you gotta do when Grandma gets on here? You gotta come on here and take up all the attention, huh? Always use your Myers cleaning stuff. Babe, did this go down the wrong tube, honey? Ew. Really? Thank God it's not like a slime, like a nasty slimy one. At least it's just a couple hard pieces. You didn't even chew them, dude. Doesn't even look like you chewed them up. I got them off. Gross. Oh, it doesn't even look like you chewed them, honey. You gotta chew before you swallow. I cleaned out the refrigerator just a little bit ago. Wiped it all down inside. I got up on a little ladder, a stool thingy, and cleaned my ceiling fan. I haven't sat down since I've been home from work. Oh, are you gonna lay down next to Grandma so you can try to get some attention too? So yeah, that ceiling fan has been driving me crazy. I don't see it when it's going, but when it stops, I see all the dust. It's disgusting. So I cleaned that, I went through all the shelves in the refrigerator, took everything out, wiped that down. I still have to do the freezer, and I still have to do the rest of the refrigerator, but I'm tired. Hi, Mark. How are you? How are you doing? You know, my brother is being an ash hog. You know that? He's hogging my mother's ashes. And it's upsetting me because I want some of them, you know? I want my mom's ashes. Like, I want my parts, I guess, in my possession. And it's like, why did he sneak? I feel like he sneakily went down there and picked them up and didn't even notify us that he was going to do so. Like, that's rude. She's my mom too. You know, why would you do that? Like, why wouldn't we all go down there together and pick up her ashes? Why? Would that upset you guys? You look good. You don't look like you worked 4 hours. Well, I worked until 5. So technically we were supposed to get off at 1 today, and still get paid till 5. But no, I still had to work anyways. So, thank you. Right? Did you ask him? Yeah. I said, well, it's on my phone, but I said, hey, I thought we were going to go do that as a family. He's like, well, I guess I'm just used to doing everything alone or something like that. And I'm like, don't even give me that, because he's sitting there asking me, are you going to do the, I always forget the name of it, obituary? Are you going to do the celebration of life? Like, what? But you get to go down and pick up her ashes. I see how it is. And you get to take your little girlfriend who's married over to where my mom's and go through her stuff. Like, no, that should be something we do as a family, not him and his little girlfriend. I don't know. I'm really upset about the whole thing. I did. How come you all didn't get an urn with some? Yeah, he just got them. He got them all. He went and picked them up. I didn't know that the ashes were ready because I got a call from the place that said her, you know, because I ordered a handprint and then a death certificate. And then I figured when the ashes came in that we would all be notified. But I wasn't notified about the ashes. So, and my brother didn't tell me. I had to ask him. So, oh my gosh. He is so freaking cute. So I'm a little upset about the whole thing. I was kind of stewing on that today while I was working. And I don't know about you guys, but when I'm angry or frustrated, I work a lot better. I clean house a lot better too. Tell your brother to return your lawnmower. Oh, that. It's not that brother, but yeah, he actually paid me $50 a long time ago. He'll give you $50. It's like, dude, that lawnmower was worth more than $50. I did ask for some ashes, and it just pisses me off. And then when I said, okay, let's pick a weekend and go over and box up some of mom's stuff, and he hasn't responded. So what I'm wondering if him and this gal did not go over there. And she was probably thumbing through all my mom's personal shit. I don't like that. Like, that's her personal stuff. Why is he doing that? I'm gonna go call my mom. Thank you, and I hope you Polly, thanks for popping in, hon. You have a good weekend. Yeah, call her now while she's there because I can't call mine. Okay, honey. Maybe this lawnmower could come in handy if you. Oh my! I intend on spreading the ashes. Oh, so question. It says bad jokes. You're fine, Big D. Movie everyone should see. I haven't seen a movie in the longest time. Do you guys have any recommendations for movies? My arthritis is really driving me nuts. I know, I look haggard, huh? Is there any good movies out there, you guys? Any good movies at all? Like, I don't go to the movie theater, really. Taking Lives. Ooh, who's in that? Remember I told you I put a necklace with my mom's body to be cremated? It was my favorite necklace. It was just like this one. It's the mustard seed, Faith of a Mustard Seed. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little mustard seed in there. So I bought another one so I could still have one, but that's the one I wore all the time. And I sent it, and I wrote her a letter. Oh, Taking Lives. So is it out in the theaters, Donna? So yeah, I went down there when they were getting ready to cremate her, and gave a letter to them to put with her. Oh, it's old. Okay. And the necklace, and so yeah. I watched a movie called Human last night. It was what was it about? What was it about? So I was listening to Stephen Gardner earlier, and I told you guys I really like him, right? And he was playing a video that someone else was playing, and they were talking about the masks. The masks that some of these politicians, and actors and actresses use. Well, there was a video that Joe Biden was in, right? And literally it showed him itching his neck, and it was zoomed in where he was itching his neck, and it's like right where the mask was, where the mask ended. We all know they wear masks, right? So what I want to know is who's playing Joe Biden? Who do you guys think is playing Joe Biden? I'm really curious who would be playing him, Is it a Democrat? Is it a Republican? Who's playing him? I want to see if I can find that video so I can show it to you guys. Okay, so it's in okay. Is this one it? Was it this one?
This $10 pen fixed
Tattoo for Fantasy Island. Hi, I thought that was Robert. Hold on.
Ew. I want to get deep on a few of the biggest news stories happening right now. Get into the good, the bad, and the ugly so you understand what's really going on. Right now, President Trump has Iran on a very 10-down position situation. But things are getting dicey with partners in the remaining global super.
Iranian leader of Trump assassination plot killed. Okay, where is that one of Joe Biden? Come on, is this it? I think it is this one. Hold on.
marriage, and then
Okay, no, it's not that one. Shit. Some of the ones don't even look like like President Trump either, though, you know?
Joe Biden hates his country. I believe that he had.
Oh, is this it? No. Oh, come on. I only watched 2 of his videos today. I did. I only watched 2 of his videos today, so where is it? Damn it, where'd it go? Shit, where'd it go? This is gonna drive me nuts. Hold on. Hold on, guys, sorry. Stephen Gardner. Okay. 2 days ago? No. It was today at some point. Okay, there's 3. Oh. Okay, maybe it's this one.
Did you know that sugar with cinnamon and apple cider vinegar can make you forget you ever had type 2? This is the strangest method.
Okay.
I kind of developed a theory. I'll just throw it out.
No, it's not that one. Shit. This wasn't it either. What? Damn it, I just saw it earlier today. Oh, that's Clinton. Hillary Clinton and freaking, Hillary Clinton.
I kind of developed a theory. I'll just throw it out there, but
Bill Clinton. They're liars. Damn it.
Their nations are.
Come on, Steven, where'd it go? Well, you guys, I'm not going to be able to find it. Shit. I don't know where it went. I don't know where it went. Shit. That's weird, because I just watched it earlier.
The media keeps telling
Maybe I'll try this one. Oh, maybe it's this one. I don't think it is. Come on. No, that's not it. Shit. Okay, well, I tried. I know it was his channel. Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. You like my little coaster? If my dog thinks you're an asshole, you're an asshole. That's right. So says the main judge of everything. He is. He's the main judge of everything. My hands hurt, you guys. Ow. White peach. Oh my gosh, it's so good. But it has to be cold. Really, really cold. White peach. It has to be really cold. All right. Here's your verse for today, okay? So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. Since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. There you go. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that so beautiful? And can you guys believe that it's almost Easter? I'm sorry, says I gotta turn that fan off. I'm freezing my ass off. So what is your guys' plans for this weekend? You got any good plans? Oh, brr. Tattoo. I'm not seeing the comments, guys. Brr. You guys want me to put a green screen on? Would that be better? Let's see. Let me do green screen. Hello. Green screen. Green screen. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, there's nothing good. There's nothing good. There's Sosa. There's my mama. There's my mama. It says at the top, good things will find you. That's cute, huh? That's cute. Good things will find you. I have more cute ones like that, but I can't find them. I have some cutie ones like that. Oh, that one's cute. Oh, wait, go back. Hold on. What's that? I'm nice as fuck. Let's try this. I'm nice as fuck. So if you ever see me being mean to someone, you know they earned that shit. I like that. That's what we'll use on here. Okay. And then after I cleaned my refrigerator, telling you about the movie scared everyone off. I have 3 readings tomorrow. Nothing really. Watch reruns of the Monkeys. Oh, nothing really. That's what you're going to do. 3 readings, Donna. Is that what you do? You do readings, honey? Do my reading. Do mine. How about that? What do you read about me? Okay, we're going to read a little bit of this, okay? Purr. Usually I'm sweating right now, but... Okay, so where I left off... That was so sad. Sorry, guys. Maybe I should put a sweatshirt on. Read me. Do mine. God, my hands are frozen. Can you do someone just by video, like looking at them through a video? But a senior living advisor. Oh, yeah. See, we have a lot in common, huh? Well, I mean, some stuff. If wishes were horses. Hi, Amrose. Yay, I'm here for the reading, Donna. Well, I'm not sure if she's going to do. Okay. Will you do mine? I've never asked you to do mine. So I'm going to see if Donna can do my reading. She's probably going to be like, I feel a ball of stress. I think that's cool. Like, I'm an empath, but I'm not, like, I don't have the abilities to do readings on people, that's for sure. Okay, if wishes were horses. When I was 11, I got my period. For years, as adults had forced me to do things no child should know about, I'd been praised sometimes for acting grown up. But no one had bothered to tell me what happened when a girl actually grew up. I had no idea what was coming. I remember being outside at one of my parents' boozy bonfire parties. I feel like I've read this too. Running around with some other kids, when I looked down at my jeans and saw a creepy red stain. Was I bleeding to death? I wondered, pale and terrified. I sought out my mom, who glared at me as she appraised my bloody pants. Then, without putting down her beer, she headed into the house, scrounged around in the cupboard under the bathroom sink, and handed me a sanitary pad. Figure it out, she said, turning on her heel and leaving me alone. Locking the door behind her, I sat down on the toilet and cried. Yeah, I would love it. That kind of reminds me of the time I got mine. Just to share a little information. I was in Oregon. I was sent down by myself on a bus, a metro bus, mind you. I was 11 years old. My mom sent me to Oregon to stay with her friend. Her friend was a partier. Well, I remember being there. I remember going to the bathroom, and I remember seeing that red stuff. And I called out for her, okay? And she gave me a pad, right? I had no idea what to do. And then later on, I needed another one. So I helped myself to a pad. Would you believe she yelled at me for using her pads? Literally, I mean, I could almost cry today about it. I felt so lost because I wasn't told what was going to happen. I wasn't told how to deal with it. I was away from my home, and I was being yelled at for using something to take care of this problem that I knew nothing about. And this was the same trip I was on when her and her girlfriend went out and left me to babysit her girlfriend's son. I was 11. And the brother, this boy I was babysitting, was a tyrant, okay? He wasn't much younger than me, and I was babysitting him, but his brother called from jail. Somehow he was talking to the brother, and he told the brother to put me on the phone. And so I get on the phone. He's like, I'm getting out of here tonight, and I'm going to come and kill you. This was the kind of shit I dealt with as a kid. And it was horrific because I didn't know if he meant it. I didn't know this kid. I didn't know my surroundings. I was away from home. Thank God the guy didn't get out and kill me, but I was scared to death. Yeah, it was a nightmare. It's just like, that's traumatic for an 11-year-old. And then getting her period, and then, it's just like, did I feel it? Yeah, I did. And I felt like I was in the wrong time zone. I was like, I had to grow up pretty quick. I've been on my own since I've been 15 years old. And I feel like I had to comfort myself and take care of myself. So yeah, I feel like that I had to grow up pretty fast. You would be traumatized. Yeah, it was traumatizing. Question. I see a number 4 with you. some more questions. Okay, I'm going to stop reading for a minute so we can do this. Number 4. Is that supposed to like represent something? I don't know how this goes. So, does a number 4 represent something? Yes. I have my younger brother. 4 of us grew up together. And then, but my mom had 6 children. 2 of them were gone with their dad before I came along. So my mom raised 4 of us. My younger brother, my older sister. Yeah, so there's 4 of us. I see a lot of numbers, so a number 4 can mean you're one of 4 children. Yeah, I mean, I've always said there's 3 other kids because I didn't grow up with the other 2, and I've met them once in my life as an adult. That's it. So my mom raised 4 kids. That's how I look at it. Excuse me, sorry. This is fun. Here, ask me some more questions. That's where you see the 4. Yeah. Do you see a big... Wait, you see a big... Oh. My fingers turn purple sometimes. I only thought you have a brother. No, I've got my older brother who's was the meth addict. My younger brother who's the religious fanatic. And my older sister who's the crack addict. There's 4 of us. And then there's me. But I just have to say that my older brother is not a meth addict anymore. He's clean and sober, whatever. I found out that my uncle lived in this state all this time. We could never find him, but I ended up finding out, like I told you guys, one of my mom's best friends when we were younger had a bunch of kids, and one of those kids I found out just a couple months ago is my cousin. She was a friend, but I found out she's my cousin because she's my uncle's child. Hi, Robert. Is your sister 47? No. Hi, Sean. How are you? No. My sister's 6 years older than me, so 63. Hello, Samuel. Aw, you miss me? I've been on a few times. I haven't seen you. Donna's doing a reading on me right now, so. And my younger brother is 50. Wait. 50? 50? I think he just turned 50. Ooh, Benny Negro from Queens was hidden. I know, I'm sorry, I was very busy. That's okay. I've been really busy with work too, so I understand. I don't expect y'all to be here all the time. I'm not wearing tights. No. I need to put some gloves on. So 47 for her was a major life change. I saw that when you said she is a crackhead. Yeah, she is. Way back to you. 47. I'm trying to think of what she went through when she was 47. I don't know. Mike? Mike. I don't know. I mean, I know Mike's, but I don't have any relatives named Mike. I don't have any exes that I can think of named Mike. I mean, I do. I'm sure I dated a Mike years ago, but I don't know. I'll have to think about that. Mike. I knew a bunch of Mikes. Yeah, that's a common name. I don't know. Mike. Oh my gosh. Yes. The radio is out on the thing out there. Okay, Chris. I dated a Chris. I dated a Chris. I met him at in modeling school. Chris was a very nice guy. I think he was the only Chris I dated too. But I haven't talked to him in years. Mike used to be a common name. No one names people Michael. They don't. That's true. Right, Ems? Not anymore. People are picking out, different types of names now. Nobody names their kids Joseph anymore, or Michael, or, Do you think you can tune through the AM radio station, please? My fingers are freezing. Where is that baby boy? Why was that comment blocked? Ems, YouTube is blocking holding your comment for review. Whereas he's just got up and moved on to his little bed. Sosa boy, I just don't want to bug him right now because he'll want to get up and go outside. And I'm not ready to go outside. So today was a good day. Just your last comment about the dog. Where's the baby boy? YouTube hid that comment for review. Isn't that weird? They do stuff like that sometimes. I don't know why, for very innocent comments. Okay, 2 more names flew in. Barbara and Kathy. I had an aunt, Kathy. Kathy passed. Oh, my mom's old neighbor was named Barbara, and she passed. But she wasn't anything to me. I found my Aunt Kathy a few years ago, and she passed. That's crazy. I'm trying to think if there's another Barbara. It's the only Barbara I can think of. But yeah, those 2 have passed. My Aunt Kathy, I never got to meet her. I'll just look at the questions as you type them. I don't want everybody to have to wait on me. Okay. Around this time, Sheila's mom called my mom, and what she said set off an explosion in our house. My memory is that mom got the impression that Forrest had impregnated Sheila. He hadn't, as it turned out. Sheila has recently told me that after a Florida court emancipated her, she moved to North Carolina with a boyfriend and got pregnant with him. She married that boyfriend when she was 18, and they had a daughter. But my mom didn't know that. Well, because there's other people in this feed, I could be picking up on their energy as well. I have 2 first cousins named Barbara and Kathy that died during the... Oh, was Kathy related to Ed? No. Don't forget the thumbs up, please. Thank you, Robert. I'll stop because there's too many people in this. Okay. Oh, hey, Eddie. How are you? Maybe you're picking up on M's energy. Okay. My parents fought for hours that night as Skydie and I huddled together, covering our ears. For a while, Dad moved out, but not before I was exiled to the home of one of my dad's sisters. Aunt Carol lived in California, 3,000 miles west. Maybe my mother was trying to protect me when she sent me into this other galaxy, but it didn't feel that way to me. In my mind, my mother had once again chosen my father over me. What the heck? I feel bad. No, don't leave. No, don't leave. Oh, there's Ed. You're picking up on Donna. You're picking up on Eddie. You're picking up on M's. Um, Alone, listless, breakfast table in an otherwise empty room. Eddie Vedder of Pearl Jam would sing in my earphones. When he'd belt out the chorus, in which a young girl demands again and again, "Don't call me daughter," I'd chime in at the top of my lungs. When I arrived in Salinas, a dusty farming town just inland from Monterey, I was a skinny wreck, and I couldn't have been less interested in starting a new school. I wasn't a racist like my father, who'd told us that black people were born with tails that doctors cut off when they were young. I knew that was bullshit, and that I was no better than anyone else, no matter their skin color. But it was still hard to be one of the only 3 white kids and the only white girl in a school that was ruled by Latino gangs. I may have been seething inside, but on the outside, I wasn't scary looking, with my emaciated frame and my sunken blue eyes. When a classmate told me I had 2 choices, you can either be beat into a gang or fucked into a gang, I had an idea. That afternoon, I convinced Aunt Carol to take me to get a haircut by threatening her with the truth. "If you don't take me, I'll call Mom and tell her you're spending all the money she sends you on things that are not for me." The minute I got into the salon chair, though, I told the beautician to shave my head. The poor woman was reluctant. My hair was almost to my waist, but I insisted. When I emerged with my buzz cut, my aunt was horrified. But my plan worked. The next day at school, I looked so crazy that even the gangs were steered clear. Though not raised religious, Aunt Carol had become a devout Mormon. I had no use for her proselytizing. With all that had happened, how could I believe that the Spirit of the Lord was trying to inspire me? I doubted my aunt knew what her brother had been doing to me. If she had known, she wouldn't have kept pleading with me to use the Book of Mormon to bear my testimony. Still, her faith sounded like mumbo jumbo to me, and it wasn't long before I'd had enough of her. Remembering how Mom had run away to San Francisco as a teenager, I hatched a plan. If San Francisco was good enough for Mom, I figured maybe it'd be good enough for me. The night before Easter, I crawled out a window and hitchhiked more than 100 miles north. Almost instantly, I regretted it, not knowing how cold San Francisco could be. I hadn't brought any warm clothes. A few days later, the cops nabbed me for panhandling. Aunt Carol called my father and said she was done with me. That was that. My dad flew out and took me home to Florida. When we got back to Rackley Road, the first thing I did was run to Alice's empty stall. "Where is she?" I demanded. My parents said that when they'd shipped me off to California, they sold Alice. I cried for weeks, begging them to tell me where she was. Could I at least visit her? But neither Mom nor Dad would tell me Alice's whereabouts, saying only that she'd been sent to a good home. Well, that makes one of us, I thought to myself. At this point, for reasons I will never know, the sexual abuse stopped. Forrest was gone, and Dad was steering clear of me. I was relieved, of course, but I can't say that life became entirely easy either. What was left of my relationship with my parents was a river of anger that flowed in both directions. All this came to a head when Mom, Dad, Skydie, and I drove our camper van across country to a reunion of my dad's family near Sacramento. For the whole trip west, I stayed in the way back of the van, huddled under a blanket, headphones over my ears. At this point, I discovered Enya, whose new age, ethereal style felt foreign in a good way. Remember Enya? They're good, Enya. I walk the ways of moments, but everywhere I turn to begins a new beginning, but never never finds a finish. Enya sang in her lilting Irish accent. I knew how she'd felt and sang along when she told me, sail away, sail away, sail away. When we arrived at the campsite where the family reunion was being held, I couldn't help but cheer up a bit. The massive redwoods were different from Florida's trees, and as we sat around the campfire each evening, I liked staring up at the stars. Then one night, toward the end of the 4-day gathering, there was a dance that was open to all campers, not just our family group. I went, grateful to be around kids my own age, but also to be in a place where no one knew a thing about me. For a few hours, I pretended I was a carefree camper from a wonderful, loving home, and after the DJ played the night's final song, a shy boy whom I danced with once or twice offered to walk me back to our campsite. Gratefully, I accepted. My mom always said that my sense of direction was so poor that I could get lost in a circle, and on this night, I knew I needed help finding my way. But minutes later, as the boy and I walked down the middle of the moonlit asphalt road, Dad's van suddenly appeared and screeched to a halt. "What the fuck are you doing?" my father screamed from the driver's seat, and I could tell from the high keen of his voice that he was drunk. My gracious escort looked as if he might swallow his tongue. "I'm sorry, sir," he stammered. "I didn't do anything. I'm just walking Jenna home." But my dad wasn't listening. "Get the fuck out of here," Dad ordered, stepping toward the boy. Then he turned on me. "You're a fucking slut," he said as he threw me into the van. That's her own father, you guys. This is how she was treated. Back at our campsite, Dad kept up with his yelling, calling me a dirty whore, an ungrateful piece of shit, and worse. I'd heard it all before, but that night I snapped. "What? You think you're the only one who's allowed to touch me?" I asked, my voice loud. My mom was inside the camper, out of earshot. But if I was going to finally call Dad out, I wanted to make sure at least my uncles and aunts could hear. "This guy has been fucking me for years, since I was a little kid," I yelled in their direction, "and no one's done shit about it." I wish I could say that they all stood up then to form a protective barrier around me, but they didn't move. So after a startled silence, Dad grabbed me by the neck with one hand and punched me in the face with the other. Then he shoved me into the borrowed camper where we'd all been sleeping and continued beating me until my lips were split open and one of my eyes was swollen shut. Scotty tried to come over to help me, but he was too little to do much. Finally, I got Dad off me by kicking him in the groin, and the beating stopped. He'd worn himself out raging at me. The next morning, I woke up thinking that since I'd finally revealed my father's abuse out loud, something would have to change. Maybe, at the very least, someone would acknowledge what I've been through. Instead, before we left to drive back to Florida, the entire extended family acted as if nothing happened. "You want some bacon and eggs?" Aunt Peggy, not actually my aunt, but a family friend, we'd been told to call her that, asked me when I emerged, black and blue, from whoever I'd passed out. She offered me some Percocet. Then my family piled in our van, and I sought out my blanket in the back. I didn't speak to my father again until we got to Loxahatchee. Weeks later, I started at Crestwood Middle School. I was 13. Maybe this will be hard to understand, but for a while I stopped fighting. It was as if my anger were a balloon, but all the air had leaked out. I had lived on the streets of San Francisco, surviving pangs of hunger that even I, a girl who'd become an expert in denying myself nourishment, found excruciating. I guess part of me was just glad to be living under a familiar roof again. It was around this time that I came home and found Forrest sitting with Dad on our back porch. "Uncle Forrest has something he wants to say to you," Dad said. As a bump of adrenaline hit me, I wanted to run, but my feet wouldn't move. He is a man of God now, born again, Dad continued, and it's important that you respect your elders and hear him out. I don't know what I expected to hear from Forrest's ugly mouth. Maybe, I'm sorry I raped you and fucked up your life. Besides, my legs weren't working, so I just stood there trying to breathe. What happened next would be funny if it weren't so appalling. Forrest stood up and grabbed me by my shoulders, then pushed me to my knees, where he'd forced me to be so many times before. This time, though, he was clothed. You need to ask God for forgiveness, he said, sort of bellowing, for what you did with your dad and me. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. As horrible as I felt about myself, some part of me knew that what had happened with Dad and his friend wasn't all my fault. But standing over me now, Forrest just kept on, half yelling, half preaching. Suddenly, I knew what hate tasted like. It was bile in my mouth, bitter, and I had no appetite. I had an appetite for it. I hated Forrest. I hated my parents. I hated everything being in Loxahatchee. After that, my rage stayed at a full boil. I ran away so often my parents put alarms on my windows to try to keep me in. But I'd watched MacGyver and I always got out. Though I went to school each day, I skipped more classes than I attended, whiling away the hours under the bleachers, smoking pot. English class was the exception. I never cut English because I loved reading and escaping into other people's stories. But one compelling class wasn't enough to tether me to school. Though I was on the basketball team, I stopped going to practice. For years, my parents, who attended every one of Skydie's games and tournaments, had always skipped mine. I was done trying to win them over. My middle school shared a campus with the high school, so now I sought out older kids, the bad kids, the rats, who did drugs and got into trouble. There was one boy, Ian, whom I'd meet in the woods to smoke pot and fool around with. I think he was a senior in high school. Well, I wasn't yet a freshman, but I told myself this was proof I was just more grown up than my peers. Up to that point, all sexual encounters had been against my will, so there was something freeing about choosing sex for myself. That said, Ian wasn't anything close to a boyfriend or a first love. At the time, I thought that I was taking back control of my life by lying down in the woods with him, but I see something else now. Pathetically, I was trading on the only part of me that anyone seemed to care about, my body, while my soul remained on the sidelines, ignored. I know this is a lot to take in, the violence, the neglect, the bad decisions, the self-harm. Imagine if a trauma reel like this played in your head all the time as it does mine. And not just on the pages of a book you can put down if you need to, just for a moment, to steady your nerves. But please don't stop reading. I know exactly how to help you get through these tough parts, just as I help myself by focusing on the present. It's dinner time in the Gouffre house, and Robbie has made his famous shepherd's pie. Alex, Tyler, Ellie. Alex, Tyler, Ellie, he yells from the kitchen. There. How long is this chapter? You guys, this is a long chapter. Are you liking the book or no? Do you guys like this? Making their names into one word. Suddenly the kids are running full steam toward the table. Shotgun, Tyler says, because he's the first to claim it. He gets the coveted chair to the right of Robbie, who sits at the head of the table. The shotgun seat is the only one with a direct line of sight into the living room TV. Caddy corner from the dining area. The TV isn't usually on when we're eating, but a family tradition has been cemented nonetheless. The best seat at the dinner table is that one, and every night the kids compete for it. For a few minutes, everyone chews, everyone except Alex, who's half asleep. Eat your dinner, Alex, Robbie commands. I'm trying, our eldest protests. Your hands are in the pockets of your hoodie, Robbie observes. That's not the definition of trying. Robbie worries that Alex is too skinny. You look like a stick figure, he says, but I remember how thin I was as a teenager, and I've seen photos of Robbie as a beanstalk at that age, too. I reach over and put my hand on Robbie's knee to signal, let him be. Hey, Dad, what is the most intelligent species on this planet? Ellie asks. You're looking at him, Robbie boasts as Ellie rolls her eyes. But here's what occurs to me all the time. Robbie may not be highly educated, but he has taught me and the kids so much. Our children are polite. They take out the trash bins when asked. They are kind to one another. When Ellie was cold at the beach the other day, Tyler offered her his sweatshirt without anyone asking. While I'd love to take credit, I know Robbie's a big part of the reason why. Our kids know something I never knew as a child. Okay, Robbie is her husband. Okay, and she goes back and forth from her past to her marriage now with her children. Our kids know something I never knew as a child, that their father would do anything to keep them safe, and that allows them to thrive. How you doing, bestie? He'll ask Ellie when she looks out of sorts. My husband is difficult to ignore. He gets her talking, and when any of us is truly in a funk, it is Robbie who suggests that we drop anchor. Envision yourself on a boat, he'll say. Now throw that weight overboard. What are you really feeling? Let's stop, get centered, see what's going on. When we lash out or act angry, it is Robbie, no stranger to anger himself, who pushes us to look for what he knows is there, the underlying hurt, and I've got plenty of that. Full disclosure though, when dropping anchor doesn't work, Robbie's been known to drop his pants and moon us. Anything to get through, to get us out of our own heads. That's my husband. Part guru, part goofball. He helps me more than I can say. At 13, I would walk a mile for a fist fight. I particularly liked confronting bullies, which is probably part of the reason I befriended a boy named Jose. He didn't call himself gay, because that wasn't a word we used then, but he liked boys that way, and he refused to hide it, so he was always getting picked on. I was Jose's only friend. We used to do each other's makeup, and the fact that he made no sexual demands on me was a relief. Wearing brightly colored outfits and heavy eyeliner to school. Jose seemed intent on forcing our school's bigots to accept him for who he was. I wanted his plan to work. When it didn't, though, one insulting word aimed at Jose's direction was enough for me to throw the first punch. When he took me home and his mom heard how I was defending him, she told me I was welcome there any time. Soon, I was regularly sleeping on their couch. But then my mother called the cops looking for me, and 2 officers knocked on Jose's front door. I hid, but after they left, Jose's mom told me I needed to sleep elsewhere. I was on the move again. Then I met a fellow middle schooler, a boy named Tony Figueroa, who would play a big part in my life, on and off, for years to come. Tony's mom was from Honduras, and his dad was from Chile, and he had the most beautiful long black hair, a self-proclaimed goth, with combat boots and all black clothing. Tony could spend hours listening to Led Zeppelin and Metallica. I thought he was rad. Tony had black lights in his bedroom that made his neon-colored posters glow in the dark. He also had a lock on his door, so when his mom would knock, I had time to slip under the bed before he opened it. On nights when I didn't want to go home, that was most nights, Tony would bring me scraps from his family's dinner table, like in the movie E.T., the extraterrestrial, when the little boy sneaks food to the alien hiding in the closet. I was truly fond of Tony, but this relationship, like so many others, was colored by my desperation. At first, we were just friends, but I felt I owed Tony for letting me stay with him, and at this point, I saw sex as the primary way to pay my debts. One night, we were in his room. Rain was downpouring outside. Tony put the Doors' Riders on the Storm on his stereo, and we ended up having sex. I was probably 14. I find out later that it had been his first time. I was barely sleeping at my parents' house, but I guess they wanted me gone for good, because this was when Mom tricked me into entering Growing Together. I've already described the terrors I endured at that teen rehab facility. I've told of my escape to Miami when I was 15 and what the armed stranger in the white van did to me when I accepted a ride from him. I've tried to explain how that rape made me easy prey for the old fat man in the black limousine, Ron Eppinger, who was then 63. What I didn't know when Eppinger picked me up in his limo in December of 1998 was that Perfect 10, the modeling agency he told me he was running, was in fact a $1,000 night escort service. Federal prosecutors would eventually prove that between 1997 and 1999, Eppinger and two Czech accomplices procured young women abroad, then sent them to South Florida to work as call girls. So when Eppinger discovered me sitting on that curb and took me home, he made an exception. I was the only American girl in his stable. Eppinger wanted me to look as young as possible, so the first night I was there, before he demanded sex from me, he shaved my pubic area and told me to keep it that way. He said I should be grateful when he forced me to have intercourse with him because he was teaching me a valuable skill, how to please men. Later, he required that I watch porn so I'd understand what sex is about. He had a certain all-American look he wanted me to emulate. He insisted I have my blonde hair dyed a lighter platinum, like a teen Barbie doll's, and sent me to a tanning salon to bronze my skin. He also liked to show me off in public, driving me around in his convertible. During these drives, he usually required that I be topless. Early on, Eppinger was relatively gentle with me, but as time went by, he revealed a violent streak. He was aggressive with me during sex and seemed to enjoy making me feel afraid. On one particularly awful night, he grabbed me by the back of my neck and forced my face into his crotch. I closed my eyes and began to count. 1, 2, 3, hoping the numbers would keep my brain from focusing on what was happening. I had to count to over 100 before he ejaculated in my ard again and again. I began to take the drugs Eppinger and his girls offered me, Xanax, oxycodone, anything to numb the pain. Determined to change my fate one way or another, I began fantasizing about unaliving myself. It would be so much easier if you just died, said the voice in my head. In some published accounts about this period of my life, I've been inaccurately described as an eager participant in Eppinger's world. In her book, Perversion of Justice, The Jeffrey Epstein Story, the Miami Herald's Julie K. Brown writes that after I heard from Eppinger's other girls about the expensive clothes and the jewelry that their clients gave them, I began to think that this lifestyle wasn't only exciting, it was an acceptable way to earn a living. That's bunk. I wasn't excited. I was a defeated, hopeless child. I knew what was happening wasn't right. Soon after Eppinger began trafficking me to his friends, I knew how it felt to be a puppy picked from a litter, just hoping its new owner wasn't the whipping kind. I was merely trying to survive. The only bright spot in this dark chapter came when Eppinger, sensing that law enforcement was on to him, sent me away to a horse ranch in Ocala in northern Florida. While there, I was made to sexually service the owner of the ranch, who was repulsive, but being near horses again helped me stay in touch with myself. While I didn't get to groom or ride them, I could watch them from afar, standing together, tossing their tails and grazing happily. I imagined these animals were my guardian angels. Have you ever heard that nursery rhyme, if wishes were horses, beggars would ride? It means that success in life depends not just on how much you desire it, but on what actions you take to achieve it. I like that idea, that a person has the power to push her own life forward. But when I was held prisoner by Eppinger, I didn't have any power. I felt if I took action to save myself, I'd be caught and physically punished or worse. In the years since, I've come to believe that in Ocala, my wishes were really horses. The horses outside my window embodied the freedom I lacked, the freedom I wished for. Watching them lazily munching sweetgrass, even as they trained their ears to perceive any threats, was the only time I dared imagine that my life might someday get better. And I will stop there because that was a long chapter. You believe? Hey, Kaylee. Yes, true story. Yep. It is so sad, you guys. I I don't want to put it down, but some people get bored with being read to. How are you, Kaylee? I haven't seen you forever, huh? You doing good? I love you too, honey. You guys, I'm gonna put on a sweatshirt. I'm cold. Hold on. Ow. When I stand up, it hurts. Let me see if I can push this so you can see somebody real quick. I have to turn off this hold on. Let me turn off the green screen. Hold on. Green screen. How do I... Can you see him? Right there? He's snoozing, you guys. Hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna go put on a sweatshirt really quick. Hi, Bubs. What you doing? It's cold, huh? It's freezing. Come on, Bubs. Are you freezing? I'm freezing. Are you freezing? I'm freezing. You freezing? I'm freezing. It's cold, huh? It's so cold, huh? Grandma's cold. I'm cold. So cold, honey. It's so cold, Lois. Are you cold too? Oof, I'm cold. You guys let me know if you guys want me to keep reading or if you'd rather just chat. Kaylee, I feel like I remember you from years ago. Your name? My hands are cold too. LOL. I was looking for heated gloves. Yes. Oh my gosh. I have one of those. I should have got two, but those heated. You have to hold them. Those hand warmers. Just going to bed. Oh, you're just going to bed? You like to chat? Okay. It is cold. I was gonna make tacos for dinner, but my son's not here, so I was thinking, I would wait until a night he's here. He's here usually every night. Kaylee, what have you been up to? Oh, unfortunately, I was a mod for church. Oh, yes. Have you been? She's still around, isn't she? I haven't watched her in, God, a year. No. How long has it been? Like, somehow I came across her video a few months ago, but I can't watch her. She gets my blood boiling. I just can't watch her. Did you used to watch Trisha? Ugh. I don't care what that girl says. She is never going to change. Ever. Nope. Oh, you were yes. Just weren't you like even a year ago? Didn't you used to watch her a year ago? Not. I think I remember her saying your name, when she was talking on her channel a long time ago. She hasn't posted for a month. I saw she cut her hair. What really frustrates me about her is the fact that she uses God for content, but she really doesn't. I mean, I can't say what her walk with God is. You know, that's between her and God. You were in at 4 or 5 years? Oh, okay. That's where I remember you from though, is did you watch Moxie and stuff when Moxie was I wish Moxie would come back on. I used to love I couldn't be in the chat because I would be, working, or I'd be home, getting home after work and doing stuff around the house, but I'd listen when she'd have her lives, and I loved that. I loved listening to her lives when she was because you always want those people called out that are doing that stuff. And Andy would go on there. I know. I miss Moxie too. You don't know Moxie? Okay. Well, Trisha used to bash Moxie all the time. She's just jealous of her. She's jealous. I don't care what she says. She always says how Sean's new wife of 6 years now, almost, whatever, is ugly and making fun of her. And Mandy's beautiful. Okay. Trisha has so much jealousy in her body, it's not even funny. Yeah, in the DC. Yeah. I mean, why be jealous? Like, jealousy gets you nowhere. And you can tell somebody doesn't sit there and post about somebody like that and say they're ugly and they're this and make up lies about them if they're not jealous of them. Well, that's good. That's good. Maybe she's actually doing something, and that's good. That's surprising. I don't follow her. I'm not subscribed to her. So Trisha doesn't affect me. She's incredibly histrionic. Yes, histrionic, narcissistic, and just a sad person. She's just a sad person. Like, if your ex is married to somebody else and they're happy, I mean, Sean and Mandy are never on YouTube, ever, right? They're living their life. If they post once in a year, Trisha grabs onto that. Oh, they just won't leave me alone, even though they're not even talking about her. It's crazy. Yeah, I can't follow her. I mean, I used to listen to people that really got my blood boiling, like Mary Marlowe. Couldn't stand that one. It was Trisha, Mary Marlowe, and Molly Golightly. Those three, they just pissed me off so much. And I just stopped watching them because they affected me in such a negative way. I can't stand it when people come on and lie about themselves or their situation, or, they're making up things about other people. I can't stand people like that. Just liars, Or the people that will do anything for attention, Like right now, there's someone on YouTube. She started on TikTok, I believe. Gabby Johnson, isn't that her name? Gabrielle Johnson. She has a sister, Danny. They're twins. Is it Johnson? Anyways, she has a son, and she ignores him. She neglects him for the internet, just like Trisha, just like all the other ones that I couldn't stand. So I just said, you know what? I can't watch it. I'll watch some of the reaction channels sometimes just to get, an update or whatever. But no, not Johnson's, Jacobson, Gabrielle Jacobson and Danny Jacobson. But yeah, Gabby does some of the most vile, disgusting things as a mother, and I just can't. I'll watch like Nikki. She's a gal who does. She's like a, what do you call it? A channel that kind of goes over. I can't. What are they called? Not a reaction channel, but kind of. Kaylee, well, you know what? You know, you just wanted to see the good in her, you know? You know, you can't be upset at yourself for that. You were just wanting to see the good in her, and you were hoping she would change and do something with her life. And maybe now she is. Who knows? Yeah, Kaylee's always been sweet from what I've seen on here. What time is it, you guys? I still gotta take Sosie out for another walk. It's 9:30. I gotta go out in the dark in the rain. Yeah, honey. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. Thank you guys for coming in and chatting with me. This is my social time. I'm gonna babysit tomorrow. I'm gonna go babysit my grandkids tomorrow so they can go to a movie. That'll be fun. And then yeah, next week we have inspections at both properties. That's gonna be fun. But I'll probably come on tomorrow night. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. Like if you have a topic you want to discuss. I don't know if you guys like politics or, stuff, what you guys really like to discuss. So give me some ideas. And yeah, I'm going to go. I'm so tired. Okay, love you guys. Say a prayer that nothing happens to me out there when I'm walking. So it's almost 12 for you. Yeah. Good night, Robert. Love you, honey. Love you guys. Have a great evening. I should come. Hey, the judge of YouTube. How are you, Judge? How are you? Like I said, come pick me up. You guys weren't here. If you go back and watch some of my old videos, I think I've been on here, 5-6 years? Something like that. You should watch some of my old videos. I'm doing all right. Hanging in there. We used to play music and dance around. It was fun. It would play games. It was fun. I've just gotten old and, boring. That's really what's happened. Sos is good. Sos is taking a little nap right there. See him? Mm-hmm. Hey, Sean. I went 4 days with no sleep because of jail. You went to jail, Sean? What happened? Why'd you go to jail? 4 days? Oh. And then hospital. What happened? I found your channel when you covered Letitty. You did a good job. I'm glad. Oh, God. I hope they told her she cannot go on social media anymore. I'm sorry. I'm all for the First Amendment and free speech and all that, but not when you're causing harm to other people. You know what I mean? She's causing harm to other people. Well, thank you for supporting me, Ems. She's terrible. Yeah. Medical episode while doing DoorDash, and a cop thought I was drunk. Did it get dropped, Sean? Are you okay? Did they drop it? Judge. Oh, but are they gonna drop it? Bella showed up at the house. I warned you about those hookers. Sean, Sean, you're okay though? He took you to jail? Did you get out that same day? Oh, that's scary. Well, I'm glad you're okay. But you said hospital, so what happened? You had to go to the hospital? "19 hours later." Sue their asses. Tell them, I mean, maybe if it came across that way, Mom bailed me out, took me straight to the hospital. And you're okay? Oh my gosh, I forgot to go to the store, you guys. I'm out of Snickers ice cream. Shit. Well, I'm so old, I'm exaggerating. I'd stay awake 6 hours. Judge. Well, I'd stay awake too, maybe 2 hours. Frustrated. I'm sure that's frustrating, Sean. I gotta get Snickers ice cream bars tonight. Shit. So I gotta take Sosa out for his last nighttime walk and then go to the store. Wait, what time are they open until tonight? Shoot. Ugh. All right, you guys. Well, nice seeing you, Sean. You like cat engines? Yes, I do. Got arrested at 3 a.m. Mom starting tell them at 7 a.m. I don't drink and drive, and it had to be medical. Yeah, you would not drink and drive. They better drop that shit. Or I'll come there. No, I'm just kidding. You'd have to stay awake for the whole 6 hours. It would be just weird if you fell asleep in 2 hours. Well, there have to be something pretty exciting going on for me to stay awake for. No, I'm just kidding. I stay awake all the time. Then I was in jail until 10:30. Ugh. At least you didn't have to spend the night. That's good, right? I'm going to start calling you Jailbird, Sean. Jailbird. Scrabble. Twister? How about Twister? All right. Naked Twister? I'm just kidding. What is wrong with me? I'm delirious. Okay. Peace out, guys. Love you. Hey, if you want to send me a tip, I got to say this. My Cash App's in my description. Good night, Judge. Sean, thanks for popping in. It's nice to hear from you. I had no clue what was going on until Sunday evening. Well, I'm just glad you're okay, hon. I'm glad you're okay. My Cash App's in the description, and if you would like to send a tip, I wanted to send you something on that thing, but I can't say the name is BK. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, that is. Thank you for not saying the whole, yes. Don't feel obligated. Just say, good night, Sean. Nice to hear from you, hon. Robert and you and I have to do a chat soon. Sosa, you want to go outside? Naked Twister. Justice, how are you? How are you, Justice? Okay. Tomorrow, I'm going to come on and see you guys, okay? Maybe we could do... I want to try to think of something fun. Maybe we could do some kind of a game on panel or something. I need some ideas, you guys. I'm not creative, okay? My job takes everything out of me. Watch Sos. Hold on. Sos, you want to go for a walkie? You want to go for a walkie? Are you so handsome? You want to go for a walk? Wanna go outside? Do you want to go outside? Do you want to go outside? You want to go for a walk? You want to go for a walk? He likes to go for walkies. Watch. Oh, my hat's still wet. So, do you want to go for a walk? Here he comes. Do you want to go for a walk? Oh, you're limpy. See how he's limping, you guys? Come here. It's okay. You okay, honey? And I'm giving him the stuff for his joints. You okay, baby? Oh, honey. You okay? You okay? It really hurts me, you guys, that he's getting old. I hate it. Sean, it's when he lays down for a while and he gets up, he limps. It's his joints. But once he's up and walking around, he's okay. It's when he's been laying down for a while. It just breaks my heart. It breaks my heart, huh? Oh, big stretch. Big stretch. Big stretch, huh? Say hi. Say hi. Have a kiss. Say hi. You guys want to see his little leash? I could go back on when we get outside. Watch. Okay. Look at Sosa's little snazzy, his little snazzy light up thing. Hold on. Can you see it? Is it lighting up? Hold on. Can you see it? Okay, come here. We gotta do both of them. Come here. We gotta do double light up. Come here. Come here. Come here, handsome. I need to get the leash now that lights up. Come here, babies. You're so handsome. You're such a handsome boy, huh? I don't like being out there by myself. You can really, I know, me too. My joints hurt when I wake up. It's getting harder and harder, you guys, for me to get up and go to work. For me to get out of bed, it is. It's getting harder and harder. My jacket's still wet from our last walk that we went on, huh? Sail away, sail away, sail away. All right. He be styling. Almost all large, heavy dogs do that limp when they. Yeah. Come here. Come here. I love you. I love you so much. Yes, I do. I love you so much. I love you. I love you. I love you. Wanna go outside? Wanna go outside? All right. I gotta order you some more of that food, huh? Okay, guys. I might see you in a few minutes while we're out. Hopefully it's not pouring down rain right now. Right, Sos? We don't want it to be pouring down rain, huh? Say bye to everybody. Can you say bye? Baby, can you say bye? Okay, love you guys. I'll see you later, maybe in a bit. Come on, if I go outside and I come on here, come on and visit me, okay? Good night. Bye.